Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to Al Munir High School e-learning system class 9. This is your computer lecture. Today we are going to discuss our unit number 4. Topic is data and privacy. This is the title page of your computer science book for class 9. Today we are going to learn and read unit number 4, data and privacy. The first topic is about the introduction of data and privacy. We know that computers are ubiquitous and are widely used by people of almost all ages. What is the meaning of ubiquitous? It means it is widely used. It is present everywhere. Often we need to give our personal information to a computer. While creating an email account, shopping online, visiting a hospital, or taking admission in a school, we expect that provided information will be shared with others, will not be shared with others. Protecting data from malicious users, malicious means unknown users or dangerous, is called data privacy or information privacy. So this is the definition of data privacy and information privacy. What are the ethical issues related to security? These are confidentiality and privacy, fraud and misuse, patent, copyright, trade secrets, sabotage. So we will look at all these topics one by one. Number one, we have confidentiality and privacy. To keep the data of others as confidential is indeed taking care of others. For example, if a bank shares the information about my banking transactions with my business competitors, then it can harm my business. Similarly, phone companies are supposed to keep the invoices and bills as confidential. Keeping privacy and confidentiality has become difficult in this era of computers and internet. Due to more usage of computers, a wide range of data is collected and stored. This data may be related to credit cards, fundraising, opinion polls, shop at home services, licenses, arrest records, and medical records. So the potential threats to privacy include the improper use of computerized data. What is piracy? Piracy means making illegal copies. It can be book, software, poetry, house architecture, or any other work protected by copy law. Do you know? Open source software have no copyrights. We can copy source code, modify it, and sell it whenever we want. So what is software piracy? It is the illegal copying, distribution, and usage of software. Some software companies sell software with confidential text called the key of that software. So this is the definition of key of the software. This key is provided to only those people who buy that software. In this way, illegal copies are stopped to be installed. What is cracking the key? Some people start searching for that key by using illegal means. This is called the cracking the key. What is soft lifting? Browsing and installing of a copy of a software application from a colleague is called soft lifting. What is client server overuse? Installing more copies of the software than you have licenses. Hard disk loading, installing and selling unauthorized copies of software on refurbished or new computers. Counterfeiting. What is counterfeiting? Duplicating and selling software having copyright is called counterfeiting. What is online piracy? Typically involves downloading illegal software. Yes, students, we know about the fraud and misuse. Using computers over the internet, some unauthorized activities can take place. Some of these include theft of money by electronic means, theft of services, and theft of valuable data. All these things include in the fraud and misuse. Sometimes we receive an email asking us to click on a link. When we click on the link, a web page opens asking us to give our username and password. Yes, actually our password is stolen by some malicious user. So it includes in the fraud. Likewise, some emails try to fool us. For example, they ask us to pay a small amount as transfer fee to get that price. Actually, it is just a way to fool people and get money from them. So we have another term, phishing. Some malicious user disguises himself as our friend and tries to get some confidential information. This is called phishing. What is patent? Patent is also a way to protect an idea. If you are doing research in some field and you have an idea, then you must get patent for that idea. It gives you the right to exclude others from making or selling an invention using your idea. For example, if you are doing research in medical field and give a new idea to treat a particular disease, some pharmaceutical companies can make your medicines on the basis of your idea. Ethically, they must seek your permission before making medicines using your idea. They should have pay some amount for this idea. Copyright law. Copyright is different from a patent, as copyright law says that some idea or product cannot be copied. The rights are reserved for copying. Usually if a product is copyright protected, then we see a symbol of copyright as shown in figure 4.4. For example, the book you are reading is a copyright protected, so making its photocopy is illegal. Also, another example is given, trade secrets. What are trade secrets, students? They are usually the secrets that are playing an important role for the success of a company. They have a lot of value and usefulness for the company. Keeping trade secrets in the computer science field is very important. When more than one software companies develop the same product, but one of them takes lead. For example, there are many free email services, but few of the companies have significant advantage over the other. What is sabotage? Sabotage is a serious attack on a computer system. Some malicious user can attack the system while sitting remotely. How we can safeguard privacy of others? Did you notice that the boards on roads about cameras watching you? The purpose of such notices is to alarm you about your privacy and keep you within certain rules and regulations. So these steps are just to safeguard your privacy. In the same way, when you give information to an organization, it is the duty of that organization to safeguard your privacy. Example is of NADRA. NADRA stands for National Database and Registration Authority, along with the information of your other family members. So safeguarding this data is an ethical responsibility of NADRA. Most of the websites also declare their privacy policies. So it is an example. What is the importance of data privacy? Many organizations are keeping our data due to the computerized systems in place. There can be more people, organizations having information about you than you think. For example, a hospital, NADRA office, school, BICE office, passport office, email service, online social networking, all these websites have your personal information, your name, address, other basic facts about your life. They want to know where you have traveled, what type of clothes you wear. So if you buy a product, then do you buy something else with that product or not? So here we have the example. If you buy a packet of potato crisps, then you usually buy a drink. So this information is useful for a shopping mall to increase its sales. How we can analyze the personal privacy and security concerns that arise with any use of computational systems? So here we have three aspects: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality, it means that we want to keep our data confidential. Integrity, it means that we want to keep the data correct. Availability, it means that we want to have access to the data when we want. So all these aspects are important during the processing, storage, transmission of data in a computerized system. Next, our topic is we have the information of cookies. Companies want to read minds of the web surfers, and sometimes they store some piece of information with the web server called cookies. Using cookies, companies are able to track purchases and gather your personal data. Simple encryption. So here we have the definition. Encryption is the process of encoding data in such a way that only authorized person can read it. Encoding means conversion of the data to an unreadable format, which is called Kefir text. A secret code called key is required to read the data. A key is just like a password. So it is all about the simple encrypt. computer expert who can steal data when it moves from one location to other is called the hacker. So here we have the activity number 4.1. You have to read it on your books, the both activities. Next, our topic is about the importance of encryption for everyday life on the internet. Encryption is one of the most important methods for providing data security. In everyday life on the internet, vast amounts of personal information are stored on multiple places, so it is important to know how to keep data private. Encryption is important because it allows you to secure data from illegal access. Protection from the hackers. Encryption protects the privacy of the users. Encryption protects data across devices. Next, we have the substitution Kefir methods. So first of all, we have the Caesar Kefir. So who was the Caesar Kefir? Caesar was a Roman politician and military general who played a critical role in the rise of Roman Empire. So he gave us the method for encryption. According to his method, we replace each alphabet in the plain text by another alphabet. So here we have the examples. Look, initially we have the alphabets A to Z. We will replace A, B, C in the end. So in this way we can make the encryption of 3 letters or alphabets or 5 characters to make the code. So according to the Wigner-Kefir is another substitution Kefir which uses a table known as Wigner-Kefir. According to this table, we have total 26 rows and 26 columns. The horizontal lines shows the rows, the vertical lines shows the columns. Where the first row contains the original alphabets, look here, from A to Z. Now the alphabet A will go in the end, it will start from the B. Then B will go in the end, it will start from the C, and so on. In this way we will make the code. So according to the Wigner-Kefir method, in this method we have a substitution key that is combined with the plain text to generate the Kefir text. We encrypt each letter of the plain text by finding that letter in column labels of the Wigner table. So here we have the example. Let's assume that we want to encrypt Pakistan with the help of substitution key Zindabad. We find P in the column labels and Z in row labels. We can observe that the row and column meet at letter O. So as marked with yellow color in table 4.1, so the letter P is converted to O. Similarly, we find the letter A in column labels, which is the first letter marked in green color. So in this way we will make the code of Pakistan Zindabad as given in this table. PZ will be O, AI will be I, KN will be X, and so on. Important note is that if the key has less number of letters, then we repeat the letters of that key from beginning. For example, to encrypt the text Pakistan having 8 letters with the key Beauty having 6 letters, we repeat the letters of the key to make them equal in length to given plain text. Next, our topic is using of Wigner-Kefir widgets. It is called Wigner-Kefir encrypt widget. It shows animation of the encrypt and decryption of plain text by using Wigner-Kefir method according to the given key. So here we have the screenshot of this widget. We can type text on upper left corner and provide a key for encryption. Press the encrypt button and then click on to this symbol to see the animation of encryption. So here the figure number 4.13 shows this type of encryption. Practical to decrypt a message. How we can decrypt a message? To decrypt a message, we find the letters of key in the rows of Wigner table, and then in that row we locate the letter of encrypted text. When that letter is found, we take the column heading for that letter as decrypted letter. For example, we can decrypt as with key Zindabad, we find the row of the letter Z. So here we have the pictures how we can decrypt our data. Activity number 4.5. Do you know E is the most common letter used in English language? Maybe the most common letter is your encrypted text maps to letter E, but maybe not. You will have to do a bit guess and check to see if that substitution makes sense. What are the weaknesses? The simplest of all substitution Kefirs are those in which the Kefir alphabet is merely a cyclical shift of the plain text alphabet. The explanation of this weakness is that the frequency distributions of symbols in the plain text and the Kefir text are identical. Another major problem with simple substitution Kefirs is that the frequencies of letters are not marked at all. So here we have the encryption with keys and passwords. Relationship between cryptographic keys and passwords. Passwords are used for authentication to enter a system, whereas cryptographic keys are used to read an encrypted message. So with respect to computer security, a key is not synonymous with password. It is also possible that a password can be used as a key. The basic difference between these two is that a password is generated, read, remembered and reproduced for a human use, while a key is used by the software or human to process a message by using that key and the cryptographic algorithm. What are the characteristics of a good password? It is at least of 8 characters long, does not contain your username, real name or kid's name, doesn't contain a complete word, is significantly different from previous passwords, contains upper letter, lower letter or numbers and symbols. So how secure is my password? So here we have the example. Next, our topic is about the cybercrime. Yes, a crime in which computer network or devices are used is called cybercrime. For example, through cybercrime we can theft any identity, emails, account, passwords, transaction fraud. Yes, I told you in the above topic about the transaction fraud. Yes, some simple financial fraud is another common crime in the online arena. Advance fee fraud. Sometimes the hackers congratulate you upon winning a big prize and ask you pay a small amount in advance. So it is advance fee fraud. Hacking. Another cybercrime is the practice of hacking, illegally accessing someone else's computer. This happens mostly when you download some file from internet and execute it without knowing the details. A software installed in your computer connects someone else to your computer without your permission. So it is called the hacking. Piracy. Piracy is also type of cybercrime. I told you in detail about the piracy. What are the characteristics of phishing? Yes, it normally appears as an important notice, urgent update or alert. The subject of such email is set in a way that the email recipient believes that the email has come from a trusted source. Examples are: someone tried to open your account, official data breach notification, pocket delivery at your home address, IT reminder, change of password required, revised vacation and sick time policy, email account updates, all are included in it. It sometimes contains message that sounds attractive rather than threatening. It normally uses forked sender's address like admin@facebook.com. It is usually takes content such as logos, images or from the actual website. It may contain a form from the recipient to fill in personal financial information and let recipient submit it. What are the characteristics? It looks like original due to some content such as images, text, logos, color scheme. It may contain actual links to web contents to legitimate websites such as contact us, privacy and disclaimer to trick the visitors. It may use similar name as that of actual website. It may use forms to collect visitors information where these forms are similar. DOS is abbreviated as denial of service in computing, and denial of service is a cyber attack to make a machine or network resource unavailable. It means the service is denied. For example, if you want to visit a website, someone else is already sending too many requests to same website using computer programs, then you may not be able to access that website. This type of attack is shown in figure 4.19. It is just like a robot is sending many requests in small amount of time, but for a user either the service becomes very slow or it is denied. So here we have the picture. DOS attackers often target web servers or high profile organizations like banking, commerce. Though DOS attacks do not typically result in the theft or loss of significant information or other assets. Next, students, we have this summary of our unit number 4. Choose the correct answer. Yes, answers of question number 4.1 is given in the end of your book. You can solve it easily. Also, these fill in the blank question number 4.2 answers are given. Also mark all these question answers on your book properly. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.